Arsenal up next for Manchester United at the Emirates as Michael Carrick looks to get his second win in charge of Manchester United in what is going to be a very, very interesting and exciting game for Manchester United. In this video, we'll run through the predicted team news, tactics, what to expect from Arsenal going into the game, the form of Manchester United, and lots of other factors as well. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. So, this is Manchester United going to this game, probably of one of their best performances that we've seen in a while. A dominant battering of Manchester City, and ultimately we deserve to get the win. Now we know this game isn't going to be easy against Arsenal. They're a very, very good team. There's loads of individual battles across the pitch. But ultimately, why not back Manchester United going into this game? We've just got a very good win against City. Yes, we haven't won at the Emirates in a while, but records are there to be broken. And I think going into this game, there's a lot of nerves, but also a lot of excitement from the Manchester United side of things. Now, if you look at the United team news, Mazraoui and De Ligt were the only two players I believe that were missing, and Xerxes as well. So Mazraoui, again, we don't know if he's going to be in the squad. I think we'll find out from Carrick later on today. But if he is, he goes straight back in that team for me. But I'll talk about that in a few moments. De Ligt, again, we don't know what's happening. He wasn't in training. He's been out now for close to 2 months. So hopefully he is back soon because I think we do need him in that back four. And Xerxes, again, I think is just a knock. There hasn't been sort of too much news about what his injury is either. So that is really the team news. Now let's talk Arsenal. Listen, they're on a great bit of form. They haven't lost, I believe, since early November against Aston Villa, which again, they were very close to winning that. And we're even getting a draw. They're a very, very good team. Now, one thing that I would say immediately about Arsenal is they score the second amount of goals in the league, 1.8, but they concede 0.6 goals per match. They have the most clean sheets in the league. Defensively, as a team, they're very, very solid. And you can see by the way in which Mikel Arteta approached the game that we played at Old Trafford. That was the first game of the season so long ago. But you can see in which the way he approached that. Now, if you look at Arsenal's last start in 11, he rotated heavily. He made 7 changes. There was no Gabriel, no Odegaard in that game, no Timber. Like, no Gyökeres, no Martinelli, I believe. Like, he made wholesale changes, and I think that is Arteta also resting players. But he will be nervous for this game because we know the vibes are high at Manchester United right now. They're gonna go to the Emirates with a point to prove. And as I said, yes, we haven't won there in a while, but I think this team does have a lot of confidence in it, which is a positive thing. Now, as I said, Arsenal are one of the best teams, or the best team in the league, I would say, this season. They've looked very, very good. I've watched them quite a few times this season. And yeah, they're a top side. The way in which they play is so dominant. They're aggressive. I mean, set pieces is going to be a threat as well. But let's talk about the Manchester United team. Now, in goal is Le Mans. Now, the back four, as I said at the start, the only kind of change I would make is Dalot out for Mazraoui. The thing about Dalot is I worried about him against Doku and ultimately he should have got sent off. I don't know how he's going to play, really. I mean, are we going to get Dalot who's a good Dalot, or are we going to get a Dalot who's making stupid mistakes? Like, we just don't know which Dalot we're going to get. And if Mazraoui is somewhat fit, had a couple of training sessions, I don't know if he'd be ready to go back into the team, but I would definitely consider starting him. Now, the back four, the remaining of the back four, Shaw would be left back. I think that's something that makes a lot of sense. I think he had a very good game against City. And Martinez and Maguire, I don't think you should change that. I think he'd be able to deal with Gyökeres. You could potentially see Euro or Heaven start, but I would go with Martinez and Maguire. Now in midfield, obviously we got this kind of sad news, the right news, but it was sad news, that Casemiro is leaving Manchester United at the end. He has 15, 16 games and starting in this one in the midfield. And the Arsenal midfield is very, very competitive, energetic. And for any reason, I wouldn't start Ugarte because you need quality in that midfield. So I would go Mainu, Casemiro and Bruno as the midfield three. I think that is the midfield three that we're most likely going to see. And the midfield I want to see, listen, we know Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard, or whether that's Eze, Moreno. They're all very, very good players on the ball. The one concern for me would be trying to kind of control Rice and kind of stop him from causing problems. And when they played Liverpool a few weeks ago, I watched him, and I think it was Gravenberch who was doing a very good job on Rice. And I expect Manu to do a similar thing that he did against Rodri, against Man City. I think just watching Rice, he's someone who can score goals. He's a very, very good ball carrier. And Manu looked exhausted after the game, but he would have had a week to prepare for this game. And I think the midfield battle is going to be one that's very interesting. And then at the number 10, you've got Bruno, the captain, the leader, the guy who we know has stepped up. And I think what I'm looking for Bruno in this game is nothing kind of special, just a typical Bruno performance. in big games. He's turned up this season. He's had some very, very good moments against Arsenal previously. But yeah, I would go Bruno as the 10. Now, the front three is the interesting one. I think the one player that has to start for me is in and he would be through the middle. I'd go Ahmad off the right. Now, the biggest sort of dilemma here is who do you start through the middle? Who do you start on the left? Is it Cunha? Is it Dorgu? For me, based on that performance, I think you have to give you have to give Dorgu a start. He got a great goal against City. He had a good overall performance. He was very good in possession, very good out of possession, tucking in and creating that narrow kind of four inside. And I think you do deserve to give him a start. Now, I would also go in Burma through the middle. I think with Sesko, it's going to be very difficult, Gabriel and Saliba. And at times in that game against City, we weren't even playing with a striker, and Burma was so deep or he was wide that we were occupying that space. So I think Burma would be the guy that I'd go for. And it could potentially be a role for him in this Manchester United team, playing in that number 9 position. He'd played there before, he can score a lot of goals from there, and ultimately that's where he got his goal from against City. So I would go in Burma there, but then you look at the quality of the bench that you have players to bring on. You have Cunha to bring on, Mason Mount, they're two very good players, potentially Shea Lacey. You'd have potentially Mazraoui on the bench. So there's good options to bring on, and you look at exactly what we did in that City game, and Burma come off, Cunha came on, Cunha got an assist. That's what you want to see. Effective use of the squad. And I think Carrick should go with the same team. I don't think there's a reason why you would change it. The only one, as I said, would be Mazraoui in for Dalot. Listen, I'm excited for the game. I'm excited to see what Manchester United try and do. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an exciting game. But more importantly, it's an opportunity for Manchester United again to prove the doubters wrong. The one thing about Arsenal is they haven't lost at home all season. The 7 out of 7 games in the Champions League that they've won, they haven't lost the game at all at home this season. So, listen, there's a lot of things putting it against Manchester United, but how many times have we seen Manchester United being written off? But, yeah, listen, they're a very, very good team. One thing that I just want to touch on, I know this is this stat isn't great, but Manchester United actually have more shots on target per match, per game, per 90 than Arsenal. They have the most in the league, more than City and more than Arsenal. Arsenal, though, they create a lot of chances, man. And they're a team who can go long, they can go short, they can play intricate passes. And I think across the pitch, there's going to be a lot of individual battles. The Saka one versus Shaw is one that I always enjoy. Last few times, I think Saka... I remember a few seasons ago, he did get the better of Shaw. I think Gyökeres versus Martinez and Maguire, or whoever starts at the back, is going to be an interesting battle. I think Dorgu against Timber, if he starts on the left. There's going to be a lot of individual battles across the pitch, and it's a game that I'm excited for. It's a fiery game. It's going to be an exciting game, and I'm hoping more than anything, Carrick can just get the win. It would be absolutely massive. I mean, if United were to get 3 points against Arsenal and City, and already Liverpool this season, it would be insane. But yeah, listen, 3 points are definitely there for the taking. I want to see a good game. And listen, who knows what can happen? Stranger things have happened before, and I'm hoping Manchester United can get the job done. Now, I think there will be goals in this game. I think United will score. I know Arsenal have a very good defensive record, but again, they have leaked quite a few goals. And again, you're going to expect them to go strong. In terms of the team that I expect to see from Arsenal, Raya in goal, Timber, White, Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, Odegaard, Zubimendi, Saka, Gyökeres, and Martinelli. Now, bearing in mind, you could go with Jesus. It's more of a different striker. He only likes to kind of play off the line here. You somehow see him pop up on the left, they pop up on the right. So he's more of a nuisance for the defenders. But if they go with Gyökeres, I am confident in Martinez and Maguire. But listen, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your score predictions. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, I think. I want United to win. I don't know what I predicted against... No, I predicted 3-2 against City, which obviously didn't pay out well. But hopefully this game it's going to be a classic and one for the fans again. I mean, we get one game a week, man. Let's see if United can hopefully turn up. And listen, Carrick's had another week. Training images have been out. They've looked good. And ultimately now, let's see if we can go and put in a result and get the performance. Come on, United. Let's see if we can get the win. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, your predicted team, your thoughts on the game. And who do you think will win? Hopefully it's Manchester United, man. Peace.